Chapter 11, Motormouth Disease. It's hard not to get defensive when your son's pre-K teacher accuses him of being hard to understand. Laughter is the sound of comprehension, and I didn't score any laughs my first year of open mic stand-up. I want my son to develop friendships deeper than what binge partying offers, so I was miffed when I heard his pre-K teacher stress how my son's speech problems will inhibit his ability to develop new friendships as he gets older. Like Jussie Smollett at the NAACP Awards this year. Did I mention my son is only 5? Aren't kids at this age barely competent mimes? Claiming my son's speech problems will make it difficult for him to develop positive relationships in kindergarten is a tad melodramatic. Besides, I already told my son Arthur about Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Fake an interest in others as long as possible. Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. I'll tell him to tone down his expressive genius. Like Henry Miller said, nothing is more depressing than a genius scrounging for work. Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Turn the other kids on to John Coltrane's records during his super frenetic period so they can keep up with his motor mouth already. Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Is Janie crying because Arthur called her a fake feminist for never offering to pick up after her Crayola station? Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. But he can run and jump without falling, so nobody is calling him a knock-kneed putz, which is a step up in life over daddy at his age. Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Are Billy's roundups of SpongeBob SquarePants that much more absorbing to listen to? Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Native New Yorkers talk fast because, like Dave Matthews, they have so much to say. Bad example, Dave Matthews makes no sense to me either. Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Is he expected to be fluent in Spanish for Taco Tuesdays already? Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers because he's demanding commission for selling more Girl Scout cookies than Mia. I sold the most. Why shouldn't I get a cut of the pie? Arthur's speech problems make it hard for him to develop positive relationships with his peers. Sure, if he were a tech support worker from Mumbai trying to get a job at the Genius Bar in Manhattan. I read your pre-K progress report for Arthur. His speech makes it difficult for him to form positive relationships with his peers. Every time I pick him up, all the girls in class insist on a playdate at our house. I know star power runs in the family. I'm sensitive to charges of talking too fast. Are you amazed I haven't run out of breath yet?